Hello again, welcome to our series from our beautiful garden ahead of the 2017 election. What are the facts on the big issues? What shouldn't you believe? What is happening this time in healthcare, another one of the biggest issues in the UK. And starting this time with the main policies of all the political parties and what impact they'll have on us maybe. Are they healthy or do they need a bit of intensive care? Now, nurses' salaries range from £22,000 to £34,000 a year. Doctors get more, especially when they're consultants. What does the government currently spend on healthcare? Well, it's about 3.6% of the UK's total income, £136 billion a year, thereabouts. That's about £2,500 per person, 4% more than when Labour was in power in 2010. But again, it is half as much when you compare it to the national income. But now let's look at that second hot topic we hear about all the time. Is the NHS being put into private hands? Well, first, the Conservatives say that about 6% of all the healthcare work offered up to public and private bidders every few years goes into private suppliers, making a profit, as all companies need to. Just 6%. 6%. On the other hand, the NHS Support Federation puts that at more than 1 in 3. The GP-led clinical commissioning group says it's 40%, just 1% less than the NHS gets for the same bids. So there is a big difference between what the government says and what the health service says, yet again. The Conservatives, well, let's start with that big story, social care. They want us to pay for more of our care in old age, down to an allowance of £100,000, including the price of our home. Now, the family obviously would have to pay for that after we die, but you'll have heard by now, after that public outcry, that they've decided to cap the total that we pay. Although they won't say how much that'll be, we won't find out until after the election. On other issues, well, they do say that they'll increase NHS spending up to £8 billion extra a year by the next election. GPs will have to sign new contracts, including a new deal on working hours. They'll keep A&E departments working very hard, seeing 95% of patients within 4 hours. They'll make foreign workers and overseas students also pay more for their care. Now, Labour, well, they say they'll deliver safer staffing levels and reduce waiting lists. They'll spend £30 billion more on the NHS over the next 5 years. Hospitals will be banned from charging for car parking. They'll also guarantee access to NHS treatment within 18 weeks, wiping off around 1 million people from the waiting lists. For NHS staff, they'll scrap the Conservatives' 1% a year NHS pay rise, and they'll protect mental health budgets. The Lib Dems, well, they're the first party really to say what they definitely will do. They'll give an extra £6 billion to health and social care, paid for by a 1p increase in income tax. Plus, they'll guarantee they'll put every penny into healthcare. They'll let all NHS and social care staff from the EU stay here and bring back student nurse bursaries. They'll also focus on putting money into mental health, children's services and carers. Now again, we don't have time to go through everybody's plans, but here's the link to find out more about all of the other parties. So what does all of this mean? Well, really, in many ways, the differences come down to 3 things. The amount of money they're promising to spend on the health service as a whole, whether they're talking about doing it now or just before the end of the next Parliament, and 3, private versus public. So it's very simple. Ask questions, step back and vote based on which party you think has our interests at heart, the party that will make your life better when you need it. For now, it's time to go. Next time, we're on to the economy. Check out the links if you have the time. Share these videos if you can. We'll have the next one out tomorrow. And as always, we'll make them all available here and let you know when the next one is available for your expert piece of cross-examination. Until then, we'll see you soon from Parliament. Take care. Good luck.